You know, there's a tree that has stood witness in the Mediterranean sun for thousands and thousands of years. It's a silent observer of history itself. We're talking about the olive tree. And today, we're going to uncover a secret that's been hiding in plain sight, a piece of wisdom its leaves have held on to for centuries.
Just think about that for a second. We're talking about trees with roots that go deeper than the foundations of ancient Rome. They were already ancient when the pharaohs were building the pyramids. This isn't just some plant, it's a living, breathing timeline.
And get this, they were around long before the sacred texts that even mention them. They were a source of life, of food, and, as we're about to find out, of healing, way before our modern ideas of the world were ever formed. There's just this profound, earthy wisdom there.
See, for most of history, people didn't just harvest the fruit, they harvested the leaves too. Not for cooking, but for healing. And somewhere along the way, in our big rush for faster fixes, we just lost that knowledge. So that brings us to the big question, right? What exactly did we forget?
Well, to find that answer, our story takes us to a small coastal village in Crete, and we're going to the home of a 76-year-old woman named Sophia. Now, she lives surrounded by olive groves her whole life, but like most of us, she really only paid attention to the fruit. That is, until she had a conversation with her 89-year-old neighbor, Eleni.
And this is the line that changes everything. Eleni shares this simple piece of ancestral wisdom, something her own grandmother used to say. It's a complete shift in perspective. The real power wasn't just in the olive everyone prized, but in the part that everyone else just ignored.
And Eleni didn't just tell Sophia, she showed her. And the whole process was like a little ritual. She specifically chose the older leaves, the ones with that silvery green color, believing they'd seen more sun and were stronger. And that 10-minute steep, no more, no less, it tells you this is a practice that's been perfected over generations.
So when Sophia finally took her first sip, it wasn't some dramatic, powerful flavor. No, it was gentle. And that description, like drinking sunlight, I mean, that just perfectly captures what it's about. Something fundamentally clean, natural, and just nourishing.
Okay, so this is where it gets really fascinating. This isn't just some old folklore or a nice story. In this incredible way, modern science is actually starting to validate what Mediterranean grandmothers have known for centuries. They're looking at what's actually inside these leaves.
So scientists have found several really powerful bioactive compounds in olive leaves. The big ones are oleuropein, hydroxytyrosol, and a bunch of flavonoids. These are pretty much the molecules doing all the heavy lifting.
Let's focus on the star player here, oleuropein. It is a super potent antioxidant. So what does that mean in simple terms? Well, antioxidants are kind of like your body's personal security team. They go around neutralizing these harmful little things called free radicals, basically protecting your cells from the stress and damage of just living life.
And here's where it all comes full circle. Modern studies on olive leaf extract are pointing to these exact benefits. It can help gently lower blood pressure, support your cardiovascular health, and even reduce inflammation. All things that lead to that kind of subtle, long-term wellness Sophia started to feel. It's not a magic bullet, it's a supportive tonic, and it validates the traditions Eleni was talking about.
So, armed with this ancient wisdom, Sophia started her own journey. And this wasn't about, just popping a pill and hoping for the best. It was about bringing a small, mindful ritual back into her life. And the results, well, they weren't immediate, but they were definitely profound.
You've got to look at this timeline because it really tells the story. It shows you the nature of this kind of healing. It's slow, it's subtle, and it's consistent. There's no overnight cure here. Instead, it's this gradual strengthening, a gentle rebalancing of her body that starts with a little mental clarity and grows into real physical resilience.
And the wisdom didn't just stop with the tea either. For specific aches she had in her knee, Eleni showed Sophia another tradition, a topical compress. This method is brilliant. It combines the power of the leaves with the soothing properties of warm olive oil, working from the outside in to calm inflammation right at the source.
You know, this slide really gets to the absolute heart of it. Eleni explained that we stopped using these remedies because, in her words, the world got faster. We traded the patient, consistent rhythm of nature for the impatience of quick fixes. The olive tree itself teaches patience. Its healing is just a reflection of its slow, steady growth.
So what Sophia realized, and this is so important, is that the benefit came from the entire act.
The act of walking outside, of touching the tree, preparing the tea, and then sitting quietly with it. It was about reconnecting with nature and with herself in a small, intentional way every single day.
Okay, so you might be listening to all this and thinking, hey, I want to try this. And that's great. But it is absolutely essential that we approach it with that same mindfulness and respect. So let's cover some really important practical advice for bringing this wisdom into our modern lives safely.
And listen, this part is absolutely non-negotiable. Because olive leaf can affect blood pressure and has mild blood thinning properties, you must speak with your doctor first if you're on any kind of medication for those things. Seriously, safety first. And if you're buying a product instead of picking it fresh, quality is everything. Look for pure, organic sources without any weird fillers.
Just like the healing is gentle, your approach should be too. Don't go diving in with multiple cups a day. Just start with one and then pay attention. How do you feel? The whole philosophy here is about being in tune with your body, not trying to override it. You have to listen to it.
And that really brings us to our final thought. Sophia reconnected with a piece of wisdom from her ancestors that was right there all along. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What simple, gentle remedies or rituals from our own grandmothers and grandfathers have been forgotten in all the noise of modern life? What secrets might be waiting for us, maybe even in our own backyards?